So in this video, we'll be comparing the Pocket 4K and the new Fuji XT4. Now, a couple of years ago, I compared the Pocket 4K to the XT3, and as far as I know, not much has changed since then. So the question is, will the new XT4 beat out the almost 2-year-old Pocket 4K in image quality? Now, just a disclaimer, like always, this is not a scientific test, and I will not be talking about anything and everything between these two cameras. I am mostly concerned about the image difference between the two. So let's begin. Now, the maximum quality you can get internally on the new XT4 is 400 megabits per second, all intra 10-bit up to 30 frames per second. The Pocket 4K has flavors of Blackmagic RAW, ProRes, and in my situation here, I am using Cinema DNG RAW because I have an older firmware installed. Now, I shot F-Log on the XT4 and downloaded the XT4 Fuji log to Rec 709 from their website. Starting with some shots using artificial lighting, I was not impressed with how the XT4 looked with the standard Rec 709 conversion they have. It's lacking color in some shots, in my opinion. Now, you can easily fix this by adding some saturation. On the Pocket 4K, again, I'll show you what the standard extended Rec 709 looks like, but after that, I'll be using one Milara's Power Grade Arri to Pocket 4K for majority of the shots right after. Now, let's do some highlight recovery test. Now, the first set is pretty extreme. I metered the chart inside, which was 2.8. Now, after that, I stopped down to F11 just to get some more detail in the clouds right outside. Highlight recovery wise, the XT4 was not able to recover a lot of highlights when I did the testing. And granted, in the XT4's defense, that was a lot of highlight recovery because I exposed for the inside and just pretty much let the outside outdoor blow out. So the XT4 was not able to recover as much as the Pocket 4K. So what does that really mean? Well, it means that you can actually push this in post-production a little bit more than you would the XT4, meaning with the XT4 when shooting outdoors, you absolutely have to be careful what you overexpose because as you saw, it can only recover so much highlight detail before it just goes out and get completely blown out. Now, I also did an underexposure test on both of these cameras, -5 stops under, and yeah, definitely don't want to go under 5 stops between these two cameras. I would say -3 is the highest I would go. Now, next up is high ISO or low light. Now, after doing the first set of tests, it was clear that I needed to turn down the noise reduction on the XT4. With noise reduction set to 0 by default, the XT4 smoothens the image so much that it didn't look good to me. Now, the image looks clean at 0, but my skin looked really plasticky. Turning down the noise reduction to -4, which is the maximum you can do in the camera, looks so much better. Granted, it's still noise reducing quite a bit. Now, that being said, compared to the Pocket 4K, you will see that the XT4 is cleaner in higher ISOs straight out of the camera. So let's add some quick noise reduction in DaVinci Resolve so you can see the difference between the two. Now, the XT4 will win this cleanliness in low light, but texture and detail goes to the Pocket 4K in high ISO settings. Now, that being said, if you need a camera for videos and you are torn between these two cameras, I would pick the Pocket 4K. However, if you absolutely need IBIS or in-body image stabilization and a flippable screen and a bigger battery, then you can consider the XT4. I just feel like for $1,700, there's other options out there now that might be better. So if you guys have any questions, let me know, and I will see you guys later.